New at 10, shocking video posted online shows a teen assaulting unsuspecting people at Wortham Park in Northwest Harris County. ABC 13 Jessica Willie is live with the investigation and what that teen has to say for himself. Jess?
Erica, 19-year-old Alfred Lewis told me he is the one on video punching people from behind. Violent attacks here at this park near Jersey Village. Tonight, we know the Harris County Sheriff's Office Violent Crimes Unit is investigating.
I didn't expect him to do that. That's crazy.
It's not cool to just come up to someone just like, punch them in the head for like no reason. Like, come on now.
What is usually a quiet green space for recreation.
I just love the scenery. I just love that it's peaceful out here.
Was a place where two unsuspecting park goers were ambushed.
I just think that it's terrible.
Not only were the two innocent victims targeted in separate attacks, but the assaults were recorded and posted on social media.
It's just the wrong attention.
The Harris County Precinct 5 Constable's Office says a concerned citizen called law enforcement. By Friday evening, the victims who hadn't reported the incidents initially had come forward. The Harris County Sheriff's Office launched an investigation, and we've learned this video is part of it. To ABC 13, 19-year-old Alfred Lewis admitted he was the teen on video wreaking havoc. In a text, he wrote, quote, "It was a prank. I had no problem with the man. I wasn't trying to hurt him. I was just hanging out with my friend, and we did a TikTok. And so, yeah, I didn't mean to harm anybody." The video shows a gun in Lewis's pocket. The first victim appears to reason with him. Neighbors say they wouldn't be so patient.
He's 19. He's of age. I mean, he knows right from wrong. That's assault, and if I was to do something like that, I'd be arrested.
I hope he gets the help he needs and also spends time in jail for something very dangerous. I mean, that it could have been much worse than it was.
Jessica Willie, ABC.
Hello, everybody. What's on tap for today? You're watching the Dr. Nasir Shaikh Show, and if we got something for you, you just saw that video, 2-minute long, right? And talking about how this 19-year-old kid, this 19-year-old child, basically, who decides, because he and his friend are just sitting around doing nothing at all, right? And they decide, hey, you know what? Let's do a TikTok video and do a prank. And let's go out there and punch some people and cause some mayhem and a little bit of violence and, whatever. And it's just a prank. Well, now they found out who it was because this idiot posted, obviously, to his social media page. I mean, what do these kids think? I mean, it's just amazing. Amazing what's going on. And you would think that this kid is coming from like a broken home, no parents, no anything like that or whatever. But you're going to see after we finish this little clip here, there's another clip I want to show you, which is coming up, which is from another news source showing that they actually went to this kid's house and they're interviewing him. And the guy who went to the knock on the door from the news team, he was surprised that the kid actually came to the door. So give props to the kid for actually answering the door. And now he's all conciliatory. He's all like asking for forgiveness, saying that it was just, all this kind of stuff, that he didn't really mean for it. That, after he had punched these guys and did all this stuff that he did in his previous video, well, then they all hugged and shook hands, although that can't be corroborated by anybody right now. The people that were that were at the center of this, that got attacked, they have come forward to police. It is an ongoing investigation. Anyways, I want you to watch this next video and just try to think, what do you think should happen to this child? Then you ask the question, where are the parents? What do they think? Where were they at? What are they doing? I think you'll be absolutely surprised as to how this kid comes off and everything. And you know what? This is all too often happening in our society, folks. All too often happening. Where kids are they see adults get away with all kinds of crap. So they figure, man, I can get away with it too. And I'll just say it's, the momentary lack of judgment. Made a mistake. Now, you know what a mistake is, folks? A mistake is, a mistake is something that doesn't cause harm to anybody else. All right? Like if you went to the store and somebody told you to get, a carton of milk, and you brought back a carton of cream, and you go, oh, I made a mistake. No harm, no foul. All right? I mean, it's just amazing what's going on these days. And here's another thing. What the hell was this kid packing a gun in his pants? I mean, is that real? A 19-year-old's carrying around a gun? Does he have a license for it? Where the hell did he get a gun? Do his parents know about this? Amazing. Absolutely freaking amazing. Anyways, let's get to that next video right now.
Funny. A 19-year-old runs up on two unsuspecting people and sucker punches them in the back of the head.
Yeah, this happened in Cyprus, and the video, of course, getting a lot of attention with hundreds of comments and reactions. Tonight, our Jason Miles found and talked to the young man behind the stunt.
Jason, what was his response tonight?
Well, he's regretful. Honestly, I didn't expect him to answer the door, much less come out and talk. But tonight he says he regrets the behavior so many are now condemning online. Not far from peaceful Wortham Park, where he's accused of randomly punching strangers. Do you regret it?
Yes, I do.
19-year-old Alfred Lewis spoke with me about how he feels about it now.
You know, I just made a mistake, and everybody makes mistakes.
This is the video in question, first shared with KHOU 11 via the Nextdoor app. In it, you can clearly see Lewis striking a man in the head from behind before he turns around in shock.
I know, like, from the video, all you see is, like, the bad part about it, but what people didn't see was that I shook his hand after and how I had gave the man a hug.
That is something we cannot verify, nor can we confirm that another man seen in the video getting punched and grabbed later left on good terms, according to Lewis.
I really didn't expect for it to just go so left, you know?
I told Lewis that law enforcement is investigating the incident, something his mother and father were also aware of.
And your mom's probably disappointed.
Yeah, she is.
Lewis said the harsh reaction to the video will make him rethink his behavior and hopefully be a lesson for others.
Before you go out and you do anything that you feel is bad or that could look bad, make sure like people know, or just don't do it at all.
Where was that thought in your brain before, young man? Where was that thought before? Before you go out and do something stupid and retarded and that might, just mess up your rest of your life. Well, think about it. So let me think here. We're sitting around the house with some friends, don't have nothing to do, bored, out of our freaking minds. So we decide, let's do a TikTok video and go, assault some people. Let's go, whack off on what says whack some people, Let's just slap some people silly. That's what we ought to do. Yeah, that's what we ought to do. Absolutely. And I think that's a pretty good idea. No need to second guess or third guess or fourth guess it. It's a great, great idea. I'm going to go do it. Let's get our camera. Let's roll. And then now after the reporter comes to your door, yeah, I would be telling everybody that, before you act, think. Don't do stupid stuff. Unbelievable, folks. Absolutely unbelievable. What do you think ought to happen to this young man?
Do this simple 20-second ritual before bed.
Probably good advice. And tonight I'm told the Harris County Sheriff's Office Violent Crimes Division now taking the lead in this investigation, but they may need the cooperation of the complainants or the guys you saw in that video getting punched. Reporting live tonight, Jason Miles, KHOU 11 News.
So there you have it, folks. I mean, if you take a look, the neighborhood looks pretty nice. That house looks pretty nice. Looks like he is coming from a two-parent household. Nice, young-looking man. But yet, this is what happens out of sheer boredom. Couple of friends just sitting around the house having nothing else to do and decide that they ought to put a TikTok video out there, do it as a prank, and go hurt some people. I mean, this kid's got, if anything, I have a feeling that what's going to happen is that I don't know if these people that were assaulted are going to bring charges, but there's got to be something that has to happen. I mean, there's some community service, like 500 hours or 1,000 hours. The judge has got to basically come down and said, you just can't give a little slap on the wrist and say, oh, we know you're sorry. Lapse of momentary judgment. No, there's got to be some time affiliated with this crime. Because I'll tell you what's going to happen. If nothing happens to this young man, if he's not punished in terms of some way of serving the community or basically doing something, I mean, maybe jail, I don't know. Does it rise to the level of jail time? It is an assault. It's going to be pled down. You know how these DAs are, most of them in these woke counties. But a lesson needs to be taught. And if it's at the least bit possible, something that this kid has got to do something, okay? Have him work someplace, community service, work in a penitentiary, you know, work in a jail thing, get to see what life is like for people that are really hardened criminals. And that could have been him. So anyways, we appreciate you taking the time to watch. You've been watching the Dr. Nasir Shaikh Show. I've been your host, Dr. Nasir. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, like, share, and follow. You know what to do. Check out the links to our other videos below or anywhere around here. Leave you with my final thought, which is, when you're right, and when you're left, you're wrong. We'll see you again next time, folks. Until then, take care and stay safe.